Hello and welcome back to Ntanzi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what happened today in court. I know, again, you're in that part of writing higher grade. We are writing higher grade. We are trying to follow this as much as we can and trying to make sense. You won't believe it, but exactly that is the reason why we're not here early, as you would maybe expect us, trying to make sense of everything that is going on in that court. Yes, hello, gifted TKH. Hello.
Hello.
We welcome you. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, become a member. If you're not a member, hello, Nomcebo Qamile Dlangamandla. Hello, yes, and Ellen Manyika, hello. We are here. We couldn't left you hanging. One-on-one rule, one-on-one relationship. That's what we're doing. Towards this Langa, hello. Petros, hello. Sikhamitsi, hello. They are in the house. Tibuo Sihlola, hello. In the house. Ferdinand Kubu, we are in the house. Much love indeed. Let us try to make sense of what was happening in that court and what does it mean as we see it. Emily, the spot is yours.
Yazi Sibinda is on a mission to make everyone exhausted. He's on a mission to make us tired and just be like, okay, fine. Do whatever you want to do.
Just do what you have to do.
This looks like it's going to take up until the 22nd, in my opinion. This is like a never-ending story. I remember there were movies I used to watch when I was a kid on TV. It was the never-ending story. It
Yes.
was like a multiple series of movies of one story being told, but it wasn't finishing.
Yes.
It feels like it. It feels like a train that's on the move, but it's not stopping. And it's moving very, very slowly. We are not reaching the destination. We are not going anywhere. We are just moving at a very slow pace.
Right.
Mr. Anonymous, you are enthusiastic and you are finding things and I am tired of Sibinda.
Numbers, me and numbers, we're friends. So I'm
I
able
am
to.
tired.
I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying what is happening, but we need to make sense of it because there are a lot of people who are confused. Let us try to make sense.
Okay. So recall yesterday that accused number 3, Mtobisi Mngube, through his lawyer, complained that there was no hot water in the facility and the cold was affecting his injury on his elbow.
Yes.
So we were not shown the discussions that happened between the head of the prison, and I also heard Baloy mentioning a commissioner, a provincial commissioner, where accused number 3 and 5 are incarcerated. However, the reports that I got is that the official from Koshimampuru Correctional Center came, and apparently lawyers met the official on the sidelines. So Advocate Judge Baloy said that the head of CMEX arrived and said that they were about to reach a consensus on the matter. Baloy said that that is something that they can resolve amongst themselves with the head of CMEX prison and the area commissioner, Mr. Koza. He asked the court to give them 10 minutes more, and the judge gave them 15 minutes of an adjournment. So I wonder why the judge was not a part of it. It would have been interesting to hear from him regarding this matter and this situation.
Yeah, considering that he had a very strong feeling about things not being reported in court when you are being abused in the cells and all that. For him to excuse himself, that means he doesn't want to be part of it, which is now not doing what he insinuated that the court could have done. at the time.
You know, I read on the socials, some people were like, ooh, the audacity. Ooh, jail is like a hotel. Ooh, they are making demands. Ooh, we have to bath with cold water in public hospitals. We grew up bathing with cold water. Why can't they bath with? They even make demands.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No, look.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Yes, is it unfair that at public hospitals, some of them have been in a similar situation where it was cold water?
The question is, have they stood up to that? Which is what these guys are doing. Remember, these guys still have rights. As much as some of them are criminals, they still have rights. That's why they still vote. Regardless of the circumstances, they still vote. And they are voting exactly
we
for
have
that.
normalized not complaining.
And making it a norm
and making it a norm to report
yes.
when such things are happening. It's not okay that at a public hospital there's no hot water for the sick to bath in.
No, it's not okay.
So why are we not complaining? Who told us it's wrong to complain?
I don't know. Maybe the NHI is here for that reason, to mitigate such problems.
So is it the accused's fault that some people outside do not enforce things that they should enforce because it's their rights?
No. Well, that's a different story. That's a story for another
I don't know
day.
how I felt about it. It just
No,
felt weird.
I mean, there are same people who are saying that because you have a record of criminal, then you deserve to be in jail for whatever that they say you have done, even if you haven't done. There are people who believe that. So, I mean, there are crazy people out here.
Well, after that 15-minute adjournment, Baloyi said that they had reached consensus on the matters raised and that there is no need to burden the court further. So the Vodacom forensic supervisor, Pinky Fine-Tillingam, continued with her testimony. Advocate Ronnie Sibinda started on calls from the 28th of November 2014. Mind you, yesterday we had covered November and December.
Yes.
We were basically in December when it cut off and it was now time for adjournment.
Yes.
So he was basically starting from before the adjournment yesterday. After, it was like repetition. But we move, we repeat, and we listen to the repetition. And he does this a lot. He did it even before when he was going through the testimony of Kelly Kumalo's phone, as well as the one phone that is said to be Longwes, but it's Ricard and that Chico. That whole information, we had adjourned and he had covered it, and the next morning he started it over again. He has a tendency of doing this. I don't know why. I don't understand why there's this repetition and redundancy and him trying to, put things again and again on the record. I don't get it. But that's what happened again today. So these are allegedly a number of calls between accused number 3 Mthobisi Ngube and accused number 5 Fisoguhle Ntuli. So today basically they were also going through the phone calls that had happened between accused number 3 and accused number 5. So Fine-Tillingam said that on the 24th of October 2014 at 2011-31, the number ending with 8169, which is said to belong to accused number 3, received a call from 3517, which is said to belong to accused number 5, lasting 49 seconds, and the tower is Holt Street. 25th of October at 7:09, Fine-Tillingam says that the number ending with 8169 received a call from a number ending with 3517, and the tower was Moy Street. And she said on the 26th of October, this is the day of the incident, at 14:20, the number ending with 8169 received a call from the number ending with 317, and the tower picked up was Phosphorus. And 27th of October 2014 at 18:32, the number ending with 8169 received a call from the number 3517, and the tower was Belgravia. Now on the 1st of November 2014, Fine Tellingham said that the number ending with 8169 made an outgoing call to 3517, and on the 2nd of November 8169 at 1852 it called 3517, and the tower was Phosphorus Square. Van Tellingham said that on the 6th of November 2014 at 9:02 8169 received a call from 3517, and the tower was Moy Street, and at 22:23 42 8169 received a call from 3517, and the tower was Rodikop. Van Tellingham also went through the calls in November 2014, allegedly between Ngube and Tuli, and Van Tellingham was now on December of 2014. Calls allegedly between Ngube and Tuli, and Sibinda asked, "Are you able to tell this court if this device ending with 8169 was picked up at Veiws at any point?" And Fine Tellingham said yes, she did pick up on the 24th of November 2014, first time at 13:08:03, 13:34, 46, and 13:35, 36. It's still at Veiws. Then on the 28th of November again at Bupang Khotso, that's the tower. And then Sibinda then said the towers that the witness placed on record on the 28th of November 2014, is it the same towers that the phone of the deceased is picking up on the 26th of October 2014 between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock? Van Tellingham said yes. Now this is where I was like, what is happening? I was flabbergasted because the phone or the tower, they may be the same towers, but these are different dates apart.
Yeah. So
the phone of accused number 3, 28th of November 2014, it's picking up the similar towers that Senzo's phone picked up on the 26th of October 2014.
And what bearing does that have? I mean, the fact that whatever that happened to Senzo Meyiwa happened, now does it mean that this guy could have suspected or sangomarized that, okay, I'm gonna be suspected, so I'm not supposed to even go anywhere near Phosphorus? No. The guy never refused. In fact, the guy never rebutted that he knows Phosphorus, so he would sometimes go there. That is not in question. But what Sibinda is trying to do here is trying to create or marry two months that are apart, in fact, in terms of dates, because this is towards the end of November.
Yes.
So now he was not supposed to go there. If he was there, then it's crime. Now, if you don't listen properly, you marry them. You say they were there.
You will say accused number 3 and Senzo's phone picked up the same towers.
You take a conclusion based on that, which is wrong. I ask myself, why is he even proceeding to December whatsoever if he's not one gonna prove that this accused number 3 is lying, maybe that he didn't know the accused 1 and 2, he talked to them. He's not proving that. He's now creating a story and saying the story that sounds like, okay, these people were in the same place. That's what now it sounds like. He's even asking about radius and whatnot, which is a very crappy question that you could ever ask, in my own opinion. It just doesn't make sense.
I was like, wow.
This is how you get arrested if you don't have a lawyer.
Wow.
Or if you have a legal aid lawyer who's not even ready to listen. This is how you get arrested. These dates,
overwhelmed.
we repeat, these dates is not 28th of October, it's not 27th of October, it's 28th of November. No matter how much you try to marry them, they are far apart. Those are 2 different months.
Ngaze ngaboreka yezwa. Like I was so bored. I was like, what are we doing? Because I wanted to understand, because I heard the phone number of the deceased being mentioned, you know. I'm like, what is happening?
He could have picked any of these numbers that are around there. He could have picked them. You know, it doesn't matter. Even if you pick Kelly's number, you're still gonna say, so he was at Phosphorus. Even if you pick Tumelo's number, which surprises me, by the way, because those numbers, I don't see any section 205 for those numbers. I'm surprised.
And also, still, it does not place accused number 3 in the Spaza house at the time of the incident. It doesn't place him. And of course, one would say, was it the person or was it the device?
No,
the device is not there. We don't even need to
ask that question. Even if it was a person, let's assume it was a person who went there. Yes, there are relatives there. I would assume there are relatives there at Phosphorus. You still have to go there. Because one, you know, when abafana it happens that back to Bula, then basebeti when they have to come to your place, they are seeing alukwa Felicia, because they are afraid to you might know Ibo or something, or you stole on that site, you don't go there. No, there's nothing of that nature. It just doesn't make sense what they were trying to do here. It was a waste of time. And to show that the court is not even listening, he's not asking pertinent questions to say, what does this help us with? Because these months are 2 different months.
No, did not ask.
If this was a defense doing this, that question would have came out. But because this is Sibinda is doing it, he's writing. For heaven's sake, the guy is writing.
He's so focused and writing. I'm asking myself, what is he writing? What are you writing?
What are you going to say? Because they do sometimes go that side. By the way, I mean, they pass for Soloras even if they go to KZN.
Yes. And I'm a Shoniki, Mr. Anonymous, when I heard the judge instructing Sibinda to place the deceased full numbers on the record like this evidence has any substance in it.
The man is not listening to anything.
I was like, what is going on? It feels like I'm watching a different court case. Kwenzakaland laphaya Pretoria High Court, guys. What is going on in there? Like, I don't understand.
The guy is just writing whatever. If you ask me, I would say it's hogwash. It's just writing. What is writing? I don't think he even understands it.
Well, Sibinda then said, and for the number ending with 0436, can you give the tower location between 1900 hours and 2000 hours on 26th of October 2014? And Fantilingam said that she only has a tower from the AMA data for Bupang Khozo. And she said now she was on page 4636.
Where is it Bupang or Kupang?
Bupang.
Where is that area? Can you guys
Google it a bit? Search the Bupang Khozo Tower. Bupang Khozo Tower and where it is located. I didn't get enough time to find the locations of the towers. So if Mr. Anonymous is curious about Bupang Khozo, it's something that we have to look up. And she was now on page 4636 or 4636. And if we look at page 4269, she said, I get the first entry of 1947 and it reflects Sprayed View. So Bupang Khozo must probably be around Sprayed View or Phosphorus area. Let me try and look for it here. Bupang Khozo Tower. Let's see if it has a location. It's a school, Bupang Khozo Primary School, and it's in Phosphorus. So Bopang Khotso is a primary school. There's a tower in the primary school. It's in Vosloorus. So she said now she was on page 436 and 1958.
And this is the number that we are talking about of Sillo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then now, I'm laughing because we're still gonna dwell on that number to continue.
Well, 1958 it moved to Vosloorus and 200101 Spruitview. Van Tillingham said that at 200310 it was still in Spruitview and 2016 in Vosloorus, and the remainder of the page it reflected Spruitview. Sibinda asked Van Tillingham if Spruitview is a farm area or an urban area. And Van Tillingham said that according to the map that she has, it's an urban area because it has a lot of houses. What was the point of this question?
So now you wanted to look at the radius on the basis of what Pinky has said in saying that the radius also differs. When it comes to rural areas, it can be longer. The radius can be longer, but in urban areas, the radius is shorter. So he wanted to say that means they were close, these people. But in this regard, I mean, we are talking about the Sillo Twala number that eventually you would see that Steyn attributed it to who's this guy? Longwe Twala. I don't know what is the basis of that.
And really then now it belongs to Chico by Rika.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to understand. I don't know the basis of that. Who said that was that? Did he give statement? Any statement that says that I had my father's SIM card? Or Steyn just decided that, okay, Longwe was there? Because now they are not saying it's Kinindi. They are saying Steyn identified it. Steyn identified. Steyn did not identify any number, for heaven's sake. That's what I heard. I don't know if anyone heard that very same thing. These people, even host, did not identify any number, by the way. He was giving those numbers. That's what they said.
So they're throwing Steyn under the bus now.
Now Steyn identified it. What was the process of identifying this number? That's what.
My God! This is a mess.
It's worrying me.
This is a mess. This is really bad.
But also, what is more worrying about this number, and I'm hoping that the defense will take their sweet time to actually dwell on this number also, with regards to the calls that it made, with regards to the direction that it took, because we are still not clear as to what this man did. Did he move with the phone during that time of shooting? In fact, I feel that they were very selective in saying that 26 October, just look at the towers. And that is done on purpose. I'm sure there's more to it. You know, I'm sure this guy ran where he ran. He forgot the phone or he had the phone. That theory is also not clear. I think if they can look at that, we will get to know what happened with this guy. You know, the movement of this guy is very important because he is claiming, according to the statement, that he went to hospital.
Yes.
Which in my own opinion, I doubt it.
You doubt he went to the hospital?
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, after the long adjournment, Sibinda asked if Ms. Van Tillingham was able to tell how many times accused number 3 communicated with accused number 5 on the 26th of October, and the numbers ending with 3517 and 5787 belong to accused number 5, while 8169 belongs to accused number 3. Fine Dillingham says that the number ending with 5787, it showed 3 activities. 5317 showed 1 activity. And 5787, the first time it showed an activity was 1349, and the second time was 151932. Thereafter, it was 183115. So those are the 3 times. And then on 3517, it's at 142021. So Sibinda then went back to the towers and he asked, you have already covered the number belonging to the deceased. Can you also focus on the number ending with 0436? And Fine Dillingham says that she only has a tower at 210159, which is Bupang Khotso. And Sibinda asked just the tower location between 1900 hours and 2000 hours. And Fine Dillingham said that she was going to look at the GPRS data. The first entry was on the 26th of October at 1947, and it shows Sprayed View, 1948 for Sloras, 2001 Sprayed View, and 2003 it's still at Sprayed View, and 2016 is at Phosphorus. The remainder of the page reflects Sprayed View, and Sibinda asked the name there and the surname, and Fine Dillingham said it's Sillo Twala. That's Chico. Sillo Chico Twala. So when they asked, which she verified and said it was recut under Sillo Twala, and then they said that Stein said it is belonging to Longa Twala. Just when Mr. Anonymous just brought it up that actually Stein did not label the numbers himself. He got them from somewhere, like Rose got them from somewhere. Do you guys remember? So Sibinda then said, now let's go into the number ending with 4358 of Kelly Kumalo. And Fine Dillingham said that they started with 140751 with no cell tower, and at 232803 there are no towers identified. So those are the 2 entries on the 26th of October. So for Kelly's phone, it seems like no towers were identified for 2 sets of times in particular. That's 11 o'clock at night and 2 o'clock. So there were no towers that were identified on the 26th of October. And then Sibinda asked the other number ending with 2498. Fine Dillingham said that the first entry is at 11:25:19, and the tower picked up is Liefde and Friede at 1440, which is Dobsonville South. And then Sibinda asked, let us focus on 1900 hours. And Fine Dillingham said, I do not have 1900 hours. I only have data for 21:55:56, and the tower is Muleleki. Then Sibinda focused on the GPRS data, and Fine Dillingham said that at 19:16:35 they had Sprayed View, and on the last entry it was 21:31, and it was Muleleki. Sibinda turned to the number identified as Sillo Twala, and he asked, who does the number belong to? And Fine Dillingham said that that is Longwe Twala.
No, he said Sillo Twala, and then he made her read the statement of staying. Then, what does it say there?
It says Longwe
And
Twala.
Baloyi was whispering there. You know, exonerating. Now, what would be interesting is that what time did this cell phone number start reading Osloras overall?
I don't know.
This would you'll get it on the so-called towers.
Hayi ke kuthiwa It's Ricard, and this thing is bothering me. Where is the Ricard confirmation?
No,
in a document format or
I
something.
told you that what Rika is saying is this number belongs to Silotwal. That's what Rika is saying.
Okay.
And then that's what this woman Pinky is testifying on. And then Sibanda now and then is able to hoe in what Stein said, what Stein identified. Stein did not identify anything. Stein was just analyzing what was given to them. So is Rose. That's what they say.
But now they are making them seem like they are the ones who confirmed. Wasn't that supposed to be Pinky's job to confirm that the number belongs to who Stein and Rose said?
You can't even fault Pinky here. Pinky said it belongs to Silotwala. According to Rika, even said according to Rika. And then Sibanda made her read the exhibit from Stein, and then he said what the exhibit is saying.
So what do we make of this? What is Sibanda trying to show us?
One is trying to make the number belong to Longwe, not the father, but the son. That's what he was trying to do here. That's what they are trying to do here.
Why?
Because how would you explain that the father was in that area? I don't think the father was there. And I do think, yes, it is true, in my opinion, that the number might have been used by Long. But I've got my reservations. I've got my reservations because the father also went to that area.
Allegedly.
Well, he did change after saying he went to the house.
He has so many versions.
He has many versions himself. So,
said I went there, and I saw Senzo on the floor, jiggy.
I went to
the hospital. It's all shibara sha.
So we say it's alleged.
Alleged. That's why we're using alleged, because we don't know which version is which. We don't know. So yeah, that is quite interesting. But why is Sibanda bringing it up? Do you think it was a mistake?
Passing. No, it was not a mistake. Passing,
what is happening?
They want to put Longwe in that area.
And remove Sello Chico Twala.
They want to
remove Sello Twala from the tower of Phosphorus.
It would not make sense why they had Sello's number.
But then if Pinky is saying it's Ricard in Sello Twala's name, why not put it official that yes, it's Ricard in Sello Twala's name, but Longo was the one using the number? Why not finish it like that? Why must we now speculate?
That's what they are saying.
Is that what they are saying?
That's what they are saying. In a sense, I had to write it down and try to analyze, but exactly that's what they say. I won't fault them.
Well, then Sibanda now turn to the number.
The problem that I would have is that I'm not sure if it is in the statement that Longwe wrote, since we don't even know if Longwe will ever come.
We are left with how many days? It's the 12th, 13th, 9 days, not even counting the weekend. So that's literally like 7 days left. 7 days left until they wrap up for the term.
Yeah.
Then they'll resume in July.
Yes.
How long is Sibanda going to do this?
He's finishing up. Just bear with him.
Well, yes, Sibanda turned to a different number, 060, and it ends with 890. He asked Veiws if she could confirm that she received a subpoena with regards to that number, and Veiws said yes. And Sibanda asked, do you have the data for the number ending with 8460, and Faithillingham said yes. And Sibinda asked, let's move to the 15th of June 2020. Now, this is Ntanzi's number, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Ntanzi's number, allegedly.
And he said, what's important are tower locations and time. They started around midday. And Faithillingham said 12:25:09, it's Freedom Park. And Sibinda said the number ending with 460 was identified by Colonel Hose as belonging to accused number 2. He asked Faithillingham to continue, and Faithillingham said that 130102, that tower, was at Freedom Park as well. And then now they turned to the number ending with 6890 from around midday. And Faithillingham said that the only entry that she has for the 15th of June is at 18:12:36. So the 15th of June is a day before he got arrested. The tower is Impala Platinum NGA. And Sibinda asked, is that the only data? And Faithillingham said it's the only data for that day. And then Sibinda then said the number ending with 460 on the 16th of June. I also wanted to ask, Mr. Anonymous, is there a way that the defense can pull, let's say maybe, remember accused number 2 testifying that he received a phone call from a private number telling him that he's implicated in Senzo's case. They first started with offering him a job. Yes. Do you remember that part of evidence?
Yes.
So in a case or in this situation for the defense, they can't go back like 10 days earlier or prior to try and see or look for that phone call.
Maybe it's there. But obviously, Section 2205 for that number. Now, that's a different story, which I doubt is there. They can see the number, but how are they going to link it to the person?
They'll need Section 205, which can be subpoenaed only by the state.
They can.
They can. It will be interesting. It will be interesting, but I doubt they have enough time and resources. So Sibinda then said the number ending with 460 on the 16th of June, and Faithillingham said that at 1:57:29 the tower is Impala Platinum NGA. The second entry is at 2:07:40, and that is an undefined tower. Thereafter, at 6:54:01, it reflects Impala Platinum NGA. And Sibinda asked about the one ending with 6890 now on the 16th, on the day that he was arrested. And Faithillingham said that the one starts at 2:07:28 with no tower. Thereafter,
this is Kelly's number now.
Is it Kelly's number or
the one that didn't
number?
Have a tracker at all?
Oh, I had passed there where they said it undetected or undefined towers, two of them.
Is that the one that was stolen? That's what I wanted to ask.
It was not mentioned. I would not know.
Okay.
It was not mentioned whether it is the phone that was stolen or the alleged second phone that she had. I have no idea. But it had 2 undefined towers. So now we are on Ntanzi now. And thereafter, the first activity with 6:53:38, it reflected Impala Platinum NGA. And Sibinda asked, would you say that the numbers are picking up towers in the same vicinity? The dates are the 15th and the 16th of June.
It must be said.
Said correct.
It must be said that all these picking up, they are through voicemails and SMSs. The phone is off.
The phone is off.
Yes, the phone is off. So Ntanzi switched off his phone, put it in his pocket, both of them, and he was moving with them.
According to the state's version.
Sister's phone and his phone.
And remember, when he's moving around, he's been accompanied by who?
There's one common thing. that Ntanzi keep on talking about. One common person, and that is Mukhula. Mukhani.
It's Mukhani.
It's Mukhani.
There's a part where in his evidence in the trial, within a trial, he actually said that he could hear his phone ringing.
Yes.
He gave them 2 phones. Funny enough, today the second phone was brought up somehow.
Yes, and it must be ignored because no one to question.
Isn't it funny how this evidence is
rectified? If you ask me,
is supporting more the accused versions than it is the state's. It's so weird. It's like check. It's confirming what the accused were saying in their own versions of the events that happened to them. It's so weird.
It is confirming, yes.
And then Sibinda then said, let's now focus on the number ending with 460 in the evening after 1900 hours. And Van Tillingham says that she does not have an entry on that day after 1900 hours. So Sibinda then said, and the number ending with 6890, Van Tillingham says that she doesn't have an entry after 14/12/14. Sibinda then asked, when do you start having transactions? And Van Tillingham said it is on the 17th of June, 8:52:07 in the morning when the phone is on voicemail. The tower is Hawaii Street. I don't know where Hawaii Street is.
I don't know either.
The tower is Hawaii Street.
But I can try to Google.
Please find out what Hawaii Street is. The next transaction is on voicemail at 8:53:59, and the tower is Old Apostolic Church.
Yeah.
Old Apostolic Church Tower. The next one is at 9:37:07, and it was still on voicemail, and it reflected Foslora Square. There's a time where accused number 2 said that he went and appeared at the Foslora's court.
So Hawaii Street is Cosmo side, Rodeport.
Rodeport.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And that is where they were passing
Traveling.
with.
Because he was at a police station that was in somewhere in Soweto, Dobsonville, I think. It's in Soweto, right?
Yes.
So this is more like, it's supporting that story we had, in my opinion.
It does.
And then also, can you look for the Old Apostolic Church just before they reach Fosloras?
It is in Joburg side, the Parktown. I mean, I think it's Hillbrow side, I think. But it's in Joburg.
It's in Joburg.
Yes.
Wow. So the next one is at 9:37:07, still on voicemail, and it reflects Foslora Square. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to ask to jog our memory. He appeared at the Foslora's court, remember? And I think the case was it dismissed or what? Something happened, and he thought he was being released while they were taking him back to Phokeng. So he made a court appearance at Foslora's court.
Yes, he did.
Thereafter,
And
at
he was
10,
with
Mukhani.
Yes.
Transporting him was Mukhani. And thereafter, at 10:08:34, it reflects Foslora Square. And the next one is at 15:34:48. This is the afternoon now, and it reflected Benfilion Street. And Sibinda said, let's proceed to the other number ending with 6890 on the 17th of June. Now there's introduction of another number, a second number now, that the state did not really want to acknowledge.
Yes.
Or talked about before. But voila, it's in Miss Van Tillingham's evidence.
Yes.
Njani, I don't know. Van Tillingham said that the first transaction is at 8:51:08, which has undefined tower. At 9:37:18, it remains undefined 10:07:34, it remained undefined. 10:50:01, still undefined. 15:58:01, undefined. 18:01:45, it's now at Pretoria North. 18:01:46, it's at Pretoria North. 18:01:47, it's at Pretoria North. It continues until 18:01:46 at Pretoria North.
Was it where he was arrested?
Yes, that's the police station he was kept in.
I mean, he was kept in. And Mohane stays that side too, allegedly.
Mohane traveled to that police station. And what I've heard, allegedly, yes, he's mostly in that police station. From what I've heard, alleged, the rumors, yes. It seems like he's based at that police station. I'm not sure though. You guys can correct me, those who know the facts. But Mohane and Pretoria North are like the same WhatsApp group. So Sibinda, between 16th and the 17th, he asked, when did the number ending with 6890 first come into contact with the tower of Pretoria North? And Fine Tillingham said it was 18:01:45. So for this other phone, it seems that it was not taking the towers. It was not reading the towers. It's undefined, undefined, undefined. What could be the cause of undefined towers?
That's an issue of AVL. I mean, in my opinion, it's not undefined per se. It could be the issue that we had with AVL.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Sibinda then said, what is your comment regarding the towers and the handset of these numbers? And Fine Tillingham said that the number 8460 shows the change in towers, which shows movement. At a certain point, 8460 and 6890 were in the same vicinity. At some point, at a certain point, these two phones were at the same vicinity. The other one is reading undefined towers. And for it to be said that there's a change in towers, I'm baffled. Changing undefined towers. And then later on, it's at Pretoria North, Pretoria North, Pretoria North, Pretoria North.
Remember, for it to be undefined, it must be that there's an activity that is happening on this phone. So the fact that they are not even using that direction, it surprises me, because what they are literally saying is that these phones were getting calls at the same time or around the same time. Or someone was sending an SMS around the same time on both of these phones or both of these SIM cards.
Well, Sibinda asked, when are they in the same vicinity? On the 16th and 17th of June. And Fine Tillingham said that 6890 and 8460 were in the same vicinity on the 16th of June, Impala Platinum. Impala Platinum, 16th of June. That is when Ntanzi got arrested.
Yes.
And he said in his testimony, they took two of my phones. One phone was that of my sister. I had plans to get it fixed. She gave it to me in the hopes of getting it fixed. Here comes Mohane now with a rebutted or barring supplementary statement.
You know what is fun? Let me just show you just a small thing that is fun. In their statements of what they claim they got in that cell, they did not say they got cell phones.
One cell phone.
They say they got one cell phone. But now they are coming with two, unless that phone had dual SIM cards.
So they're picking up dual SIM
why
card
did they not mention that
in this evidence?
And why did they not subpoena both?
Why didn't they subpoena both? This is a mess. Well, Sibinda then said, is there a point where both numbers pick up at Foslora Square on the 17th of June, and Fine Dillingham said that 6890 Foslora Square is not picked up at that time. However, 8460 did pick up Foslora Square. So it seems this other number is not picking up towers, you know. It's just not picking up towers.
It picks the number. It picks the towers when they wanted to pick the towers.
When they wanted
in my
to
opinion.
pick. Then Sibinda then said, would you say the same numbers were in the same vicinity? And Fine Dillingham said yes, with undefined towers, by the way. She said yes. And on the 17th, on 8460 at 1942 and 6890, the first time it was at 180145 and the last time was 1907. And Sibinda asked for the tower. She said it's Pretoria North. So this other phone only picked up the Pretoria North tower. The rest of the towers, it did not pick them up. So Sibinda then said, let's proceed to the 18th of June 2020. And Fine Dillingham said that on the 8460, the first activity is at 11:10:45 and the tower is West Driefontein mine.
Where is that mine?
West Driefontein mine. I have no idea.
Okay.
And then the next two entries is at 11:39 and 11:42, and those two towers reflect East Driefontein Towers. At 12:08:17, West Driefontein mine. 13:16, East Driefontein. 14:07, East Driefontein. 14:30, East Driefontein, and 18:11, East Cliff. 1903.
It's Sibanya Gold.
Oh, that's when they went there to get his alibi.
Yeah, Sibanya Gold mine.
So that's his former workplace. So the mine he was working in 2014. They had went there, remember you guys?
Yes.
To look for his work clock in in 2014. And they were told that he was absent from work. Turns out he took leave. He applied for the leave and he was granted the leave. And he wasn't supposed to work on Saturday and Sunday, I think, or something like that.
Yes.
He wasn't expected to work. Okay, so then 14:30:52 is Driefontein, 18:11 is Cliff, and 1903 Verwoerd Park. 1911 Verwoerd Park. It went on reading Verwoerd Park until 13:34, and then again at 1942.
Ntanzi's phone has dual SIM cards, MTN and Vodacom.
Oh, it has a dual SIM card. So the other phone is still MIA. Missing in action.
Yes.
Then Sibinda said the other number, Fine Dillingham said that the number is 6890, and the first activity that has a tower is at 220655 Verwoerd Park. Sibinda asked, what is your comment in terms of Verwoerd Park with these two numbers? And Fine Dillingham said that they were in the same vicinity. So Sibinda said, let's proceed with 6890. And Fine Dillingham said that on the 20th of June, 6890 at 01:26, it picked up Phokeng. And of course, he was in Phokeng. And Sibinda, 18 June, Fine Dillingham said the last tower was Verwoerd Park on the 18th of June, and it was 22:08:57. He was there. But let us not exclude the arresting officer that was transporting him.
Yes. And the funny thing is that the phone is not being answered. No action, no activity.
Nothing is happening.
So, Ntanzi had his phone.
Not
He
dialing.
did not answer it when they were
Not
calling.
answering when they were calling. Not dialing. But he had it with him. He went to bed with it.
Which surprises me because later on, these police, they help him with the call that you are supposed to make to Butelis. It surprises me.
Mm. Mm. Very surprising. And the battery is not dying. It does not need any charging. The number ending with 4860. Van Tillingham said that the last time it reflected 1944-24, it reflected Verwoerd Park. And during the period of 17th June, 18 June, were there any successful calls on the number ending with 6980? Sibinda asked, and Van Tillingham said that the voicemail activities and SMSs received. And Sibinda said on the number ending with 8460, Van Dillingham said that there were MTCs, SMSs, and voicemail. So MTCs are outgoing calls, SMSs, and voicemail. So there were outgoing calls, there were SMSs, and there were voicemails at this number of 8460. Sibinda then said, let's start with the first MTC. An MTC was on the 17th of June at 9:40. The number ending with 8460 received a call that lasted 43 seconds, and that came from the number ending with 7786. Pretoria North was the tower. So at the Pretoria North police station, they are saying that Ntanzi received a call, or his phone received a call that lasted for 43 seconds.
Yes.
He's arrested. The call he receives, allegedly. We're going to say allegedly.
And during the whole process of moving him around, remember, he's handcuffed.
He's handcuffed. He's at a police station.
Okay, police station, he was not handcuffed, I think, I would assume. They take off your handcuffs. But during the process, during the day, he was handcuffed.
I'm trying to visualize this in my head. That you are arrested, you don't know where you are exactly. You receive a call. It lasts 43 seconds. And this number, 7786, it would have also been nice to know who the number belongs to.
Like the girlfriend.
Is it the girlfriend?
No, like the girlfriend. And today, the girlfriend's number was put into
the record.
You know, selective ways of doing things to push your own narrative.
It would have been nice to know who the number belonged to. And then Van Tillingham said that the next one was an SMS at 11:10:45, and the tower is West Driefontein Mine, and this was on the 18th of June. And Sibinda asked, when does it go into interrogation between 16th and 17th of June on the number ending with 6890? And Van Tillingham says that she did not see it at that stage. And Sibinda said, let's proceed to the 19th of June. Van Tillingham on the number ending with 8460, she said that the next entry is 20th of June. There's no activity on the 19th of June. Sibinda then said the number ending with 6890 on the 17th of June at 18:01:50, and Van Tillingham said that the number 6980 received an SMS from the number ending with 1698 and the tower's Pretoria North. Not a lot is happening with both the SIM cards. The phone, it's just not much is happening, you know? And for someone who got arrested, if they are saying it was in their possession,
they could have used it to call their family.
Call for help.
Or the family could have called.
Or the family could have called as well. Because they were able to reach, you know? So it's all very suspicious. Sibinda then said, and the number ending with 8460 on the 17th of June, does it have some form of interaction with the number ending with 1698? And Van Tillingham said yes. At 10:08:34, the number ending with 1698 called the number ending with 8460, which went to voicemail. And Sibanda asked, can you pick up any activity? And Vaitelingam said yes. Thereafter, on the 18th of June at 11:39:58, the same number of 1698 called 8460 for a second, and it was on voicemail. So the tower was East Driefontein. Then again at 11:42:05, another call, and East Driefontein was picked up. That was a 1 second duration, and it was on voicemail. So Driefontein, this is the tower at Sibanye, right? So his phone is ringing in the midst of police officers. Even Brigadier Kininda was there. Riddle me that.
It would say that. It would say that.
Riddle me that. So that was 1 second duration, and it was on voicemail. At 12:08:17, it was a second, and the tower was West Driefontein Mine. Thereafter, 13:16:35, 1 second voicemail is Driefontein. At 14:07:34, 1 second voicemail is Driefontein. 14:30:52 voicemail, 1 second is Driefontein. Thereafter, 19:03 voicemail, Vervoer Park. At 19:11. 1 voicemail, Vervoer Park. At 19:33, Vervoer Park again. So Sibanda asked, is this the number ending with 1690 trying to call 8460? And Vaitelingam said that's correct. So 1934, Vervoer Park, 1 second. 1938, voicemail, 2 seconds at Vervoer Park. 1942, voicemail, 1 second, Vervoer Park. Sibanda then turned to another extract, and he asked, are you able to read the document where it says patient's name? Now I was like, why now is Miss Pinky Vaitelingam made to read? Is it a medical report or medical confirmation? Or
he wants to align the movement. They're creating
next thing, maybe cross-examine, now it's gonna be an issue.
We all know that.
Why is she made to read that? Then Vaitelingam said yes. She will be saying, I do not testify. I will not be testifying on a document that I did not compile. I will not be testifying on a document I did not make. But look at you now. Look at what you're doing. Then Vaitelingam said that yes, Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi and Sibanda asked for the next of kin, and it's Lebogang Pitang, a partner or previous partner of, I don't know what the situation is, but Ntanzi's then partner in 2020. And Sibanda then said the number, Vaitelingam mentioned her cell phone number. It starts with 072 and ends with 1698. And Sibanda then said, what is your comment? And Vaitelingam said the person with the number ending with 1698 tried to make contact with the person with the number 8480. So Lebogang was trying to call. That's what I'm getting. So Sibanda then said, and then the 20th of June, Vaitelingam said that on 20th of June, there was no communication between those numbers. So Sibanda then asked, any other communication picked up between those two numbers? And there are no entries. There are no other entries according to Vaitelingam. So Sibanda then said, let's revert back to the number ending with 6980 and let us go to the 20th of August. Well, Advocate Mnisi stood and saved all of us by saying, you know what? Minds are tired. They were tired. And even felt for Miss Vaitelingam as well, to say, humanity, something. We are all tired.
All tired, right? So
I'm
guys,
tired.
now that we have summarized, how many hours was that case?
Today, they took 5 hours, I think. 4 or 5 hours.
4. So So now we have made it an hour. And the church issue, guys, it was a passing. It was just reading a tower, guys.
They were just
We
passing.
have mentioned it. I see many people see it.
It's the traveling.
Yeah, it's a traveling path that they use, that means that at some point, if you are in Joburg, you came across them while they are doing what they were doing. God knows what. The cell phone is here. The number is ready. The WhatsApp and the other number is ready. Please share your views. In short, guys, let's summarize it. Just summarize everything that we can, if you can. Let's just summarize it. Don't pull a Sibinda on us.
There was a time that in the morning, the judge was asking, when they were speaking about the fact that there was another, I think it was an SMS sent, but it couldn't read the number that it was sent.
Yes.
And the judge asked that if it could not read the device as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how?
Yeah. Well, let's hear what you guys have to say. Let's hear what you guys have to say. If you have anything, I'm here for you. But as you can see, that is Emily's cue to rest, to give us a chance with you. Please. Please, let's leave the comments. Let's like the video, and if you can call us, appreciate it. If you don't have anything to say today, well and good. Another day saved. Let's hear what you have for us. Let's hear what you have for us. Let's hear what you want to say from our side. All I can do is to read these people that were here. Vodacom is misrepresented. Ngoba Upinki has forgotten her role after the flu. This is Lebo Masu. Yes, here's our first caller. Ntanzi, hello. Ntanzi, hello. Are you there? Ntanzi, hello. Ntanzi, hello. Icon. Try again. Astolan. Mami says Baloyi can see Mrs. is paying attention when mentioned his client. Next going to turn to Bongani and see if. Okay, let's hear if they're going to go through. Ntanzi, hello. Can you hear us? Or is it?
Yes, can you?
Yes. Please shoot.
Mr. Ano.
Yes.
Into engicabanga ngayo mina ukuthi labantu laba uGininda the time behamba nababantu oko bevule lamafoni laba akantanzi la. And lama calls ebengena lapha kuntanzi. That's why ubona uSibanda be proud ngokufunda lama statement la. Ukuthi ama calls angenile. Oko bemane betrya ukufonela bona ngokwaho. That's what I'm thinking ukuthi bebe try ukufona besazi. That's what Gininda, because basebenza ngezinto lezi.
Yes.
His experience ukuthi abambe abantu ngezinto lezi bebesazi ukuthi eventually bazothola ukuthi lama calls ebesenziwa because les phone dala zikhona lapha. Ubo lapha. Omkhana lapha. So bebesazi ukuthi eventually izothi mabeze court bakhiphe lama calls ukuthi that's why bengakwazi ukuphila ukuthi bebekhona lapha esiphazendli ngoba amafoni wabo bebehleli bewaphethe befuna ukuthi it's around Joburg concentration yabo it's around Joburg i-calls ebezenziwe bebefuna ubasondeza lapha eFosloras indlela engicabanga ngayo leyo because all along bebesazile ukuthi izofika imini court ukuthi bafuna ukuthi babafake lapha eFosloras
yes
ukuthi bebekhona ngale mini esiganeko manje bayathola ukuthi hayi akuhlangani mara into ujaji azoma kuyo ukuthi bakhulume amanga bathabazani so the time bebehamba ngefoni bebetry ukuthi bafonelane bakhumbula uNtanzi wathi uyizwile ifoni yakhe ikhala lapha emotweni
yes
so at that time i-call zikhalayo bebesazi ukuthi azothi ufonelwa ngubani i-call bebezibona bona that's why nabo bebefuna ukwenza i-call eziphumayo i-call mazingena bebeziyeka ziye ku-voicemail that's why uFaifile lo mayikhuluma athi i-call ibingenile but it was 1 second voicemail
yes
ayikho i-call abathi i-successful because bayayazi uba if bangaphendula i-call izochaza ukuthi bakhulume isikhathi esingakanani manje ifoni mayikubo abakwazi ukukhuluma ukuthi awugeke bakwazi ukuthi bathi i-call ibe successful wonke lama call kuthiwa unsuccessful ayo voicemail ngoba ifoni lengicabanga ukuthi ibukubo bebezibona zonke ezi-activities zenzekayo kule phone kaNtanzi so manje bafuna ukuthi bebethi i-call ziye ku-voicemail bebesazi ukuthi ngeke akwazi ukuphendula i-call so bafuna nje ukuthi benze la nto ukuthi kukho i-call engenile esuka kwinamba ethile why i-call mayingena uNtanzi engayiphenduli iya ku-voicemail or yena uNtanzi afone yourself zonke ezikhola ukuthi zi-unsuccessful zi-messages SMS messages SMS messages mawukufonela umuntu ifoni ivala ishi voice SMS ethi you have reached the voicemail yiyo lo SMS leyo so bacabanga ukuthi badlala ngathi laba sesibabonile but ke sizothini ngoba uJudge Ratha naye into ayifunayo ukuphina ezinamba ukuthi bezikhulumisana yabo so that's why bengakwazi uthola ukuthi bathi inamba ethile umfana kaNtuli so bona bebebona uNtuli kuphela bebengafuna ukwazi ukuthi ngophi uNtuli befuna nje ukuthi bafake lo number ukuthi inamba kabani bani umbono wami lo
siyabonga kakhulu
kabonga
right I see Queen of South Africa. Question, Mr. Anonymous. If we take a version that the phone was with the police, how about the calls that were happening, I think, in the middle of the night, linking at the police station towers? If you can just mention a few of those calls. There is no call that happened that is according to being in terms of talking. We all had voicemails. I know hosts, they try to create that theory, but which one now do you believe? Host's theory and there were obviously calls that would have happened during the night because at some point Ntanzi did not sleep. If you ask me, this was on the 18th. There were calls that were happening, but was there anyone who answered those calls? Were they successful calls? That's what I would ask you. So just keep calling, guys, and just keep. Ntanzi, hello. Please try again. I don't know what happened there. Just dropped. Keep calling. Someone is saying the caller was spot on. This case needs to put corrupt people in jail. Let it be the one that sets the precedence. This cartel and Gamapoisa, Isaac Gebingu, this is Ansi K. Moyo now. Yes, so the problem, when Queen, is that there is no one who's saying there was answering that happened, as the caller said. It was just calls, and which police would have known because they were traveling with Ntanzi. And they had those phones, according to Ntanzi. And he could hear them. He never said, they took my phone and they disappeared. No. He said some of the time, as I travel with these people, I could hear my phone ringing. You know your tone. Let's hear what the caller would like to add. Ntanzi, hello. Ntanzi, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm all right, sir.
All right. This is Francis from the US.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, like I said last time, the state has no case on these guys. Because what the state is trying to do now is to, I don't know how to put it, but the main reason why the state brought in this lady was to corroborate the version that was put by Colonel Stein.
Yes.
But it has turned out that this lady is not corroborating with that version.
Yes.
Now, if you see what this lady is bringing forth in terms of the towers and reading of the cell phones, it instead corroborates the story that accused number 2 has given all along when it comes to his movement when he was with the police.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the areas that he said that the police took him to.
Yes.
You can see that the towers are picking up the cell phone. You see the reading of his cell phone corroborate the areas where he said the police took him to.
Yes.
Which means that to an extent, this guy was telling the truth. Whereas the police were trying to dispute that no, they never took him to this place. Then now the towers are taking his cell phones around those areas. So to me, the state is instead trying to prove accused number 2 right.
Yeah.
By bringing in this witness, because the testimony of this witness is instead, for me, proving as accused number 2 right. Because all what he said, all the areas, the places that he claimed he was taken to by the police,
yes,
the towers are picking his cell phones around those areas. So, I mean, the state is really, the state, I don't know what they are trying to do. They are trying to make us believe as if we are fools, as if we know nothing. Yeah. How will you say that an accused, whom they claim in court, was considered as a high-profile criminal, will be working with a cell phone in their custody? Does it make any sense?
No.
Somebody who people claim that he was considered as a high-profile criminal when he was going to give a statement. A battalion of police and the metro accompanied him for just to go and give a confession. And then this same person has a phone with him all through, and no police could dictate it. I mean, these people are taking us for a ride.
Yeah.
To be sincere.
Yeah.
They are taking us for a ride. And I think it's about time that the South African government, since all they know to do is to create commission of inquiry, it's about time that they create a commission of inquiry to investigate those police officers who handle this case from the beginning. That is what I will say.
Thank you.
Because this case was messed up on the same day that this incident took place. The police who came to the scene messed up this case, and now the police is trying to cover their mistake, and they are taking the whole nation for a ride. So that is my humble contribution tonight. Thank you guys once more for what you guys are doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Right. I think there's a question that I wanted to answer here. Someone is saying, are there any calls that were made from Ncube to Ntanzi on the 26th of October? No, there are no such calls. There were no such calls. Ncube to Ntanzi, the statement that, in fact, Ncube's story that he didn't know these guys was spot on. Because there was no communication at the time. There was really no communication at the time. So I really, but it doesn't matter with this judge, if you ask me. It doesn't matter with this judge. I mean, these guys are guilty as they come.
Writing. I'm so defeated. Like, he's writing as if there's something strong, something focused. I mean, that shit is like, yo.
It messes you up.
I'm like, what is in here that is going to help you with your judgment? Right now, I am not finding anything solid.
Boy, kanyo, mabe. Are yazi leli cala lizosibulala.
It is going to kill us. I'm telling you, the end of me is this case. Hi, Shem. Hi.
No, guys, you don't want to call. I think you're confused by the numbers, eh?
There's a lot of numbers that were mentioned.
Yeah,
Even
but
I
we
was bored. I don't blame you guys.
For you guys, and I hope
try to make it simple and digestible.
It makes sense.
There is no there's no there's no fireworks, there's no there's no you know,
it's a dull moment.
There's no headline. Even
Nothing.
the journalists are having tough time.
Some of them are even lying. I heard
the journalists are having a tough time.
There's this one that I heard saying that it collaborates the
Zungu's version.
Hey, bana, this guy. Hey, bana. How many years? Straight to figure. Hey, bana.
Kubi. We're looking for a headline. We're looking for a spice and a sauce. We're looking for something emunati. It's when nothing is coming out of 5 days of Sibinda.
Yeah, this guy is just lying in public platform. Which case are we listening to?
It's like we're listening to 2 different cases.
No, I had to go and rewind and hear that thing. Guy's lying.
So what he was saying is that because the towers that were read yesterday from accused number 3's numbers had phosphorus in the afternoon from, I think, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock or something like that. The towers were reading phosphorus. Remember how we had to pause there because we were not certain whether the towers that were being spoken of, you even said the defense should ask that, whether those towers are from accused number 3's phone or are from the number that they are alleging that he received phone calls from.
Yeah, but even if the theory was like that, there's no collaboration. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. We can hear ourselves. Mzansi, hello.
We can hear our voices.
Yeah, we could hear ourselves.
And on top of that as well, he's saying that Zungu was there in the afternoon. That is Zungu's version.
Hey,
but then Zungu is saying he was at Phosphorus Hostel. The towers there are reading Phosphorus.
Hey,
right? And later on, they are Johannesburg CBD Josh Koch vicinity.
This guy.
Or at the time of the incident, they are saying George Koch.
Public platform.
Previously, maybe 2 o'clock later, they are saying Phosphorus.
You go and
But
lie.
how do you make it a conclusion or to say that it supports Zungu's version? When Zungu said he was... In fact, Zungu's version is that at around that time that their cell phones are reading Phosphorus, he was at CBD. That is Zungu's version.
Exactly.
So I don't understand. I was so flabbergasted. I was like, what is going
And
on?
the guy with a nice English there.
Are we watching the same case?
I'm like, hey man.
I felt so confused watching
lying.
that clip. I'm like, what is going on?
What is Mita doing, Abel? Hey man.
I know. The work of a journalist is to look for the spice in the sauce.
No, these journalists, they go there and sleep when they see Mgomezulu. They're pretending as if he's sleeping.
Mgomezulu is not sleeping, guys.
When he wakes up, they moors. Next thing you are lost. But where am I now?
He's not sleeping. He's very much. You'll see with the cross-examination. I used to think like that too. I'm like, I am Komizulu. Looks like he's not paying attention. Hey, cross-examination, fireworks. Cool it. Now, advocate, not even advocate, Judge Ratha will be awake.
No, that guy must be. They must change that guy.
I saw someone say that Judge Ratha is saving his energy for cross-examination. He's saving his energy for cross-examination.
He's gonna be playing piano there.
With the pen.
No, Mgomezulu, when he wakes up, he's gonna be playing piano.
Oh, the piano. the invincible piano. The piano of the air.
Mzanzi, hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Ngiyaphila.
Yeah, mfowethu.
Hayi ndaba ngabe sebekwazi laba bantu laba ukuthi bathole u5 angosuku lesi. Why bangaphuli lawa aka Senzo Meyiwa xa akalokhuzana akatumeke efonela uSenzo efonela ubhuti kaSenzo. Noma kufuneka lawa acindezela laba bantu ababoshiwe nothi lawa azoveza iqiniso.
Yebo phela, yebo lawa azosuke manje collaborate lesa story lesana bafuna ukuthi hearsay.
Hayi kudlalwa ngathi la niyabona ukuthi kahle kahle iqiniso balifihla ngenkani.
Hayi ngenkani allegedly.
Hey umuntu uthwele idombolo la.
Alithwele idombolo uzovuka high.
Hayi. Yazi lento lena ngikade ngiyibuka nasemini ukuthi kahle kahle kudlalwa ngathi mase bekwazi ukuthola ama-205 aka-2014 why balwa yini ukuthola i-205 kaChico efonelwa indodana yakhe imtshela ukuthi sekudubule kusenzo ngethuthi.
Angithi manje mase bafika kuleyo ndaba yefoni bathi hayi just read towers there. They don't want to put the certain numbers on record.
Basile laba kodwa ke kuyacaca ukuthi vele uRatha uzoseva lezo qeda hambe ushiya impilo zanabafana qeda hambe kanjalo
Bese yo enjoy nezingane zakhe.
Bona ke indaba ibhlungu lento ezikayo Mr. Ano.
Ibhlungu mfowethu. Ofisha abancane bagwinya ofisha abakhulu. Big guns.
Hayi kodwa izojika lento yabona ngibuka lento eyenzeke mawubuka kuma election ukuthi kuvele kushintshe into obungayilindele ishintshe ibuye ngenye indlela. Ngoba uyabona nje lokho kwenzeke kwi-ANC lokho kuzokwenzeka kule court kaRatha.
Sure nje ngaba
vele kwenza into esingayilindele nje.
Awungaba
because lento idinga umuntu ozongenelela.
Yebo.
Amtshela Ratha ukuthi musukudlala ngempilo zabantu. Kuze kudlalwa ngalabantu laba lama-accuse know nothing about Senzo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu futhi.
Siyabonga vele.
Well, the caller asked something very important. Was the section 205 of Tumelo's phone that can confirm whether he received or he called the brother-in-law of Senzo Meyiwa or not on the night of the incident? That is a more important section 205. And why is the state hiding it? Why are they hiding it?
Everyone was in their house. His phone, their phone must be taken.
And then also the section 205 from Longwa's phone. It would be interesting to find out the conversation he had after Senzo was shot with his father over the phone, he's also asking why is that one not brought to light as well?
Yes.
Why wasn't it made?
SARS. 26, the date, October 2014. That's where we need to be. But yeah, Skuluma ngo 2020 and everything else, right?
You know, useless stuff.
Let's hear what this caller has to say.
Mara, let's be honest. Amapoisa, when they stop you or they arrest you, first thing they do, they search you. If Lamapoisa Lawa, who arrested Ntanzi, were sent to school to search Abantwana for matrax, probably they wouldn't have found the matrax because Bebanga search. How come they didn't search Ntanzi before putting him in the car? How did they know Ntanzi have a weapon? So this story, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Yeah, it's impossible. And our judges make police like they are holy. They are not holy. They are also human. They make mistakes. So lying is one of the mistakes they do now. After taking the oath is not binding. They do make mistakes now as police officers.
Yes.
So that's what is happening.
Thank you. All right, Emily. I think it's better. It's important to sleep more so if you are going to deal with the numbers tomorrow again. But before we do that, let's sing our prayer. Dumi, thank you very much for being with us today. Boikanyo, thank you very much for being with us today. Mami, thank you for being with us today. Lula Masrai, thank you for being with us today. Tabiso M. Daunga, we thank you. We appreciate you. Queen of South Africa, we appreciate you. Indeed, you are a Queen of South Africa.
Queen of South Africa.
Lungisi Jonas, we appreciate you. Nolukanyo Ngau, we appreciate you. Simpiwe Goodman, we appreciate you. PFX, we appreciate you. Rulani, we appreciate Rulani Maluleg, we appreciate you. Bev03, we appreciate you. Sizum Kaka, we appreciate you. Sikhameti, we appreciate you. Lola, we appreciate you, our member. Gaby, we appreciate you, our member. Chuku Anna, we appreciate you. Mlambo Designs, we appreciate you for being with us today and choosing us.
Thank
Nisto
you.
MP, we appreciate you. Tuli Tools, our moderator, we appreciate you. Mamel, we appreciate you, our member. We appreciate you very much. You are our mlungu. William, we appreciate you. Let's see who's not mentioned. Enoch, we appreciate you. Ndumo Mnube, we appreciate you. Tsidi Mkwena, we appreciate you. Let's see who we are leaving behind. Kwelagiti, we appreciate you. Boto, we appreciate you. Butu. Butu.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Why do you guys write have two, like, oh, you guys have two meanings, eh?
Yes.
Hey, that's what makes it difficult when we're reading, because we read it as it is.
Yes.
And yeah, that's the nice thing about our diversity. Lebo Masug, we appreciate you. Let me see. Siasonke, we appreciate you. Okay, I think we have caught almost Bongani in Tombela. We appreciate you. Yeah, we have covered Ansi Moy, our
Ansi
moderator. We
Moyo.
appreciate you. Thank you very much for being with us. The morning gang, please like the video, guys, as I do this. Paul Manjani, regular, we appreciate you. Say, Ulan, we appreciate you. I'm hoping I didn't butcher your name. If I did, forgive me. It's not my intention. I always try to familiarize myself with other languages. It's hard. We're from KZN. The tongue is tight. Doesn't want to adjust. Sonto Kumete, we appreciate you. Dumisani Trevor Baloyi, we appreciate you. Shanjiwe, I think I've mentioned you, and if I'm mentioning you again, you are lucky. Today, that means one day I will jump you. On my second, voila. We appreciate you. Who else, Emily? Did I miss anyone? Mastembe, thank you. We appreciate you. Bongi, like our member, we appreciate you. Yeah, that's basically. If I did in schooluli, we appreciate you, Manzin. If I didn't mention you, Nomcebo, Kamile, Dlangamandla, we appreciate you. Sakio, we appreciate you. If I didn't mention you today, I don't know. Justice, Gerard, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for being with us. Yes, King said, we appreciate him. Towards Lang, we appreciate you all, guys. And if I didn't mention you, I don't hate you, I love you. It's just that I didn't reach you. Too, we appreciate you. Patricia, appreciate you. Good night, family. Thank you, Dumiso. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Novapi. See you. Zidi. Abdul. We see you. Let me see. Jeremiah. Good night, our regular. Good night to everyone. Lungis Jonas, good night. Yes, if I didn't mention you, fella, Askabel, we will again tomorrow try to call each other's names. Or at some point, I'm still trying to practice your name. Hey, it's difficult. It's difficult. Sizum Gak, thank you, man. Thank you for being with us all the time. Blessing Mabena, Nonjalop, thank you for being with us, man. Almost everyone. Elizabeth, yes, Elizabeth. Thank you. It's a bye from us. Please like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe, become a member. IT Solutions, thank you.
Thank you.
Bongiwe Muhapi was saying good morning, Emily and Mr. Numa. Say bye. You'll continue alone. Simpiwe, good bed. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's a bye from me.
Thank you, guys. Bye.